So, hello to the very few people that watch me on YouTube. Welcome to the final part of Let's Play Home. And yeah, this is gonna be my first complete Let's Play. I remembered having breakfast here on this very table. Was that yesterday? Or maybe sometime before? The table was clean, it hadn't been used any time recently. Alright, let's move on. I think this one is locked. Yep, the door to the basement, it was locked. Where had I put the damned key? There was a small pile of mail on the floor in front of the mail slot. How long had I been away? Why hadn't Rachel picked this up? Most of the contents were bills. There was a credit card bill here. Did I open it? I ripped the bill open and read it. To my surprise, it said something about cancelling my credit card due to non-payment. What the hell? This didn't make any sense. The door was stuck shut. There was an old-fashioned keyhole underneath the handle. Not a locked door. What's in here? I had found the last missing piece from my wallet. The old photo of Rachel and I stared back at me, reminding me of better times. It didn't make me feel terribly comfortable. Did I take it anyway? Well, you might as well. I replaced the photo in my wallet, feeling like I had got part of my life back. Still, the image made me uneasy. Why had I thrown it away? I don't know. Flat screen television. Our television. I had purchased it before I knew I was going to lose my job. I felt pretty guilty about it afterwards, but by then it was too late. Rachel was pretty angry about that, I realized. Yeah. So, maybe something here. On the ceiling? No. Broken mirror. Why is there a broken mirror? Our hallway mirror had been smashed, its pieces scattered around the floor. I couldn't really make myself out anymore. I wasn't sure I wanted to. My laptop had been left on, and only had a tiny bit of power left. On the screen was a website about the old water tower. There was a key in the top drawer of my desk. Did I take it? Yes. I pocketed the key. Laptop was warm, running for a while. Okay. This is bathroom E6. Yep. Our sink, which needed to be replaced. One of the taps always stuck, but I hadn't got around to fixing it yet. That old house was charming, but for sure. But it wasn't always easy. A nice, beautiful bathtub. We were lucky enough to get a house with one of those wonderful old claw-footed bathtubs. It seemed impractical at the time, but it was part of what made that house home. Alright. So let's carry on. Nothing on the ceiling, nothing here, I think. No. Okay. More blood on the floor. Stuff creeps me out, man. Creeps me out! Yeah, I was here before. That's my laptop. So let's go left. The books there were half mine, half Rachel's. Hey! Now that I looked more closely, it looked like the man in that house had some of the same books as I did. One book in particular seemed a bit odd. I remembered owning it, but not that edition. My wife's Rachel's suitcase was sitting on the bed. It was closed, but I had a feeling what was in it. Did I open it? Inside Rachel's suitcase were a few days worth of clothes and some personal effects and a train ticket. As I stared at the ticket, I could feel myself flush with anger and resentment. The date and time matched the receipt I had found. Rachel, why? Were you really going to run away with Norman? Was I really such a monster? We don't know yet, dude. Maybe you were, maybe you weren't. Suffice to say, shit's effed up, dude. Nothing more here I can do, so we have a key now. So we need to go down. Front door is locked. Was that the basement key? I unlocked the basement door. There were old Christmas decorations in the box. I couldn't even remember our last Christmas. The garbage bags were stuffed with old paint cans and supplies. There was a dirty old key here. Did I take the key? Yes. I took the small key and tried to remember what it unlocked. I know. So we can go to the other room upstairs or go through the basement. Yeah, let's go. There were old clothes, tools and other things we obviously hadn't thrown out yet. We had way too much junk. Yeah. Oh. I had put up this divider wall last summer so we could create a separate room in the basement. I hadn't finished it yet, so the door was stuck and the drywall was poorly installed. I might have been able to break through if I had something heavy enough. Alright, so we need to find something to break down the blasted wall or the crappy door he made. So was that this door? Yeah. It looked like the room had been tossed around. The furniture was a mess. Did somebody break in here? I'm guessing yes. There's a crowbar. Old crowbar on the floor. Did I need to take the crowbar? Yes, you did. Anything else in here? Well, at least our place has shackles and stuff to torture people, so that's a plus. Alright, here we go, people. Gonna break through the wall. There we go. Yeah. With a heave, I swung the crowbar at the wall. I smashed a large hole enough to step through. As I stepped through the broken wall, my breath caught in my throat. This was it. Was Rachel down here? Was she okay? Or at least there's a bird cage of some sort, so that's a plus. Don't look. What's that noise? Yeah, more blood. Don't look. What is that the picture of the water tower? Yeah. A filthy looking pile of rags had been dumped in the corner. The stench of them was awful and made my eyes water. I was terrified to even touch the pile to see what lay within. But I knew I had to. I had come this far. After all the searching, after all I had seen. When I looked within the rags, did I finally find my Rachel? Yeah. I can say yes or I can say no. Did I find her? No. The rags were wet, matted, covered in dirt and grime, but inside that tattered mess was no no sign of my beloved wife. Rachel wasn't there. I looked around in confusion, trying to figure out what to do next. If she wasn't there, where was she? What had I been searching for this entire time? I remembered the look on Rachel's face when I came home, didn't I? Then, the awful realization hit me right in the gut. I had been looking at this the wrong way, hadn't I? This is what you've been trying to tell me all along, isn't it? I couldn't find Rachel there, and I won't find her anywhere, because she was never there at all, was she? I stumbled back upstairs, the pain in my leg just a dull ache now, and sat down in my own bedroom. My mind was spinning, and the ache I felt before was near crippling. Finally, I could no longer fight the exhaustion, and as I tried to grab hold of something that would make sense of all this, I must have drifted off. I guessed these books were actually mine then. It was my wallet with its contents intact. Either I dropped that stuff or somebody else did. Maybe I was sleepwalking again, or maybe somebody stole it from me. Norman's store, that forest, the water tower. Was I at those places before? Yes, you were. I didn't see how it could happen any other way. I must have been the one to lose my wallet and its contents. But what does that mean? So that was decided. Let's move on. It was the photo of the other man and his wife that I found in that house. Were those really his wife remains in those tunnels? It certainly seemed so. What did I think? Did the other man murder his wife and bury her in those tunnels? No, I couldn't be sure. He could have been another victim. After all, he was dead when I woke up. Who killed that man anyway? In the shards of that broken mirror I could see my face, gaunt, now hollow and sickly, and immensely troubled. What other illusions had I dreamt up? What other truths were waiting to be exposed? In the dirty faded glass I looked like nothing more than a faint shadow. I used to tell myself that Rachel was the one who wanted to keep the tub. When was the last time I showered? I smelled awful. Well, you can shower now if you want to. No? Okay. Again, nothing on the ceiling. The laptop had finally run out of power. How long had it been left running? Well, if it's running, you need to catch it. Bad joke here. Okay. So nothing here. It was a letter I had taken from the postbox. It had gotten a bit wet in the rain. But if, well, who wrote the letter then? Who was Norman seeing? Oh no, Norman. If I was wrong about Rachel, then what about him? Did I do that horrible thing to him? No. I couldn't have. I clearly wasn't seeing things correctly, but no. I could never do something like that. The more I thought of Norman, the worse I started to feel. And remember when there was a beautiful flat screen down here? Now there's an old tube TV. I had that old TV for so long. I don't know if I could ever replace it. It was a piece of junk, but I couldn't really afford anything newer. Well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So yeah. An old safe. My old office safe sat on the floor. I used to keep tax records and other important documents in it. It used a digital passcode lock, but I didn't have the code. Maybe I left it somewhere. Yeah, we need to find that. I surmised that at least 2 of the names in that musty notebook had been recent victims. There's the names. Those poor girls that I found dead in that dead forest. I wondered what happened to the other names on that list. Or the ones scratched out on that desk in those wet tunnels. What was that other man up to? So no choice here. Alright. So we need to find the... It seemed like all I had seen there was. Maybe I thought I was ready to go back into the basement. We need to find the code for the pile of mail on the floor I saw now was addressed to me. Bills, credit card offers, a letter from the bank. They were all addressed to me. By the looks of it, I hadn't collected the mail in over a week. Like I said, we need to find the code for the safe. So let's go in here first. How many breakfasts had I eaten here, completely alone? Come to think of it, I didn't think I had ever even had guests over. Can we leave now? No. Alright. Oh. If I was guilty, I could take this to a warm, safe place and do something about it. Did I pick up the knife? Yes. I took the knife and kept it firmly in my hand. The wall was cracked and pitted. I was told by an inspector the basement had been partially filled in before I bought the house. But by the look of that wall, I was going to need to fix the foundation. Everything smelled musty and old down here. So where is the code to the safe? I wonder. The more I thought of them and the worse I started to feel. Yeah. Where is the... Where is the safe code? Bear with me, people. Bear with me. Oh, I found some notes and loose paper in the drawer where I found the key. There was a yellow sticky note with 8-digit code on it. That code. Did I take it? Yes. The code looked like it might be for the safe. But what kind of phrase was that? I don't know. Anything more to find in the desk? Alright. Oh, I thought the picture lit up. So let's go back to the safe. The code I found should have let me access the safe. Did I try to open it? Yep. There was a poorly framed photo of what looked like to be a small headstone in a graveyard. It was tucked away peacefully under a beautiful old maple tree. Underneath it was another sheet of paper. This looked like some kind of MRI printout. It showed the top view of a brain scan. I know the bottom of the scan had 2 whitish patches on it. I didn't recognize either image. Finally, at the bottom of the pile was a simple white envelope. The front of it read, "Don't open until I tell you." I guess this was good a time as any to see what was inside. Did I open the envelope and read what was inside? Yes. I tore open the envelope and removed the yellow lined paper inside. On it was a letter written in a hand that looked familiar. The letter read, "I know this whole event had probably been pretty difficult. You can't imagine how hard it's been for me to... well, maybe you can. That isn't meant to be an excuse, but, well, I hope you can better understand why I've done what I have done. Moving to this town seemed like such a dream. A quiet place to get established, to live out our lives and to be together. But you know as I that things quickly changed. Your drinking was one thing, but as you grew more distant, as you retreated into that world of yours, well, it was clear you didn't need me as much. In fact, maybe you never needed me at all. But it took all this to make you realize. In the end, though, you may never forgive me for this. You may never forgive yourself, but this is probably for the best. You'll be healthier for this. I'm sorry it had to happen this way, Rachel. So Rachel did exist. Dot dot dot. Alright. So, yeah. I don't know, man. So, yeah, let's end this. Oh. Wrong floor. God damn it. There was only one set of toiletries by the sink. The old claw-footed bathtub hadn't been cleaned nearly enough. Still, it would probably do. You showed me the truth. I wasn't sure there was any reason to keep on going. So what do you think? Should I just end this misery? Should I just end this misery? Yes, because I haven't had this ending yet. So, yeah, let's make you all more depressed. Since I had arrived in town, things had been difficult. Working in the plant, though, had been good for me. It kept me in line, gave me something to do, and helped me get away from my past. When the factory closed, everything changed. I guess that was when I had started sleepwalking, disappearing for hours at a time. Drinking was probably just a way to deal with that. It was almost as if I was trying to beat my brain at its own game. Things stopped making sense sometime after that, and my memories of what happened are still in flux. I suppose that was when Rachel came along. This night had been the worst of my entire life. Would it even be possible to bounce back from everything that had happened? Everything I'd seen. You know, in a way, I almost wish I hadn't even woken up tonight. It would have spared me a lot of pain. What had happened to the other man I found in that old house? Had I killed him? Is that why I was locked in that room? Or did you? Who? Me? After making it out of those tunnels, I thought those sewers might feel safer. I was wrong. The security tape I had watched showed someone being attacked by what looked like two people. But who was it that was attacked? And what had I been doing at Norman's place, or even that old forest? It didn't look good, that's for sure. Had I been responsible for what had happened there? What do you think? Was I guilty, or was I just mad? I think you're just mad. Just for a second, though, think about something else. Think about those poor girls I had accidentally discovered in the old forest. The notebook I had found in those woods had names in it. Names I think I saw somewhere else before. But it couldn't have been me behind that, could it? I would never do such a thing to such sweet innocent people. The old factory used to be a haven of sorts, but when I saw it tonight, it was anything but. Those faded walls, those long dead sounds, they had stirred something in the back of my mind, but I wasn't sure what. Who had been in that boarded up room anyway? I had to catch my breath to take it all in. At each point until the factory, things had only gotten worse. would then go to Norman's store. That's where the confusion and doubt started to set in. That's when my perspective on this really started to change. Damn it, Norman. What were you doing with Rachel? I mean, what was going on? If this was all a lie, then what was really happening? Someone had killed Norman in his store, but it wasn't me. Who else would have wanted him dead? But as painful as all of that was, oh no, I couldn't bear to think about it again. After all I had seen and done, finally coming home was supposed to be the end of this entire ordeal. I had no idea though, that it was only the beginning. The silence in the house, when I had first stepped through the kitchen door, that should have been my first clue. To think that I went to all of that, completely unaware of what I would discover. Did you know, before the end, did you mock me when you finally showed me the truth? You don't know what it's like to have everything ripped away from you in a heartbeat. How could I possibly go on with knowing what I do? Now knowing what I do. Without Rachel, even the thought of Rachel, I was truly lost. I drew a warm breath in the old top and undressed. I wonder how many times I'd done this before, and thought about was what we were about to do now. No, don't look away. It's actually really easy, really peaceful. See, I just keep my arms in the water as I make the cuts. It stinks, but I can't really feel anything after that. Really, I'm just getting tired now. I have to thank you. This hasn't been easy, but you were right. This was the only way. So, yeah, and now? A warm place, trophy earned. Well, that was Let's Play Home. One of the 4 or 5 scenarios you can play through. As I said before, I urge you to play this game yourself. To play through the other scenarios. Let's just keep the credits rolling. So we can look at all those who were responsible for making this little game. The end. Not the most of happy ends, but hey. That's it. I thank you for watching, and finally I have a Let's Play that's finished. So see you next time.